This is my first week one. So it's my first and my week one check-in for my training for the Great World Race. For anybody who's wondering where I got my training program from, I had a call with David Kelly, who is the race director, and he directed me to Dermot McDermott, great Irish name, an esteemed athletics Ireland level 2 coach. He's trained in absolutely amazing runners all over the world. And so I had a call with him just to work over like what can I expect like from a training framework, because he is the coach on staff. And he gave me an overview of what my training plan should look like. I do go over that more in depth in my YouTube video about my training plan. Basically is get really fit for half marathon level, then get really fit for marathon level, and then start stacking long runs. That's like the Cole's Notes bullet point. I have started on this Notion page, which I'm making public, everything. I just want to put it all out in the open because people are asking me a lot, like, what is the nuts and bolts? What are you eating? And all those things. And I love the data. I love data. I'm not a math person, but I am like a data person in terms of how does one thing affect something else and the correlation between all these things. And especially when it comes to training, nutrition, strength training. Those are the foundations. Training, nutrition, strength training, recovery. So I have put here totally out in the open for anyone to see my training plan overview. So here is the 5 phases. It is in a Google document. I've just outlined it. You can take a look at what the 5 phases are. Basically 5 phases. Phase 1 is base building. Phase 2 is getting up to like really great marathon fitness. Phase 3 is like simulation prep, like just starting to stack some moderately long runs back to back. And then like race specific simulations, which is stacking long runs back to back, and then the taper down. So you can look at this at your own leisure. I do have a video also on my training plan, which I have linked here. So that's the overview. Who is my coach for this? ChatGPT. I call it Coach GPT because I contemplated getting a human coach, and no human coach is as invested in data as I am. And I want to be a super, super nerd about data because I find it so fascinating. And I also want to show you all the process. Coach GPT is the way to do it. It's incredible. It's absolutely amazing. It's amazing. I also want to really know how to use ChatGPT as a coach in this space because I am a coach and I actually am very pro AI. I want AI to replace me, and I want to focus on doing the human things, bringing humans together in fitness. So I really want to know how to use it. So I am using it. So Coach GPT, here we go. So what I'm going to be doing every week is on this Notion page, showing my race calendar, week 1, the date, 54 weeks, what my training calendar is for that week, and then what my macros are. Then each week I'll be linking the video here. So let's just get into the data. Okay. So I've already got week 2. Oops, this is actually 53 weeks. My training calendar is set for next week, and I'll show you where Coach GPT got to this. So Saturday, where I'm recording this on November 6th, Friday, November 7th is a rest day, active rest day. So on the 8th, I'll be doing 11 miles and everything's here. And then down below here, I've put what I will be doing in terms of strength training. So I'll be doing a full body push day every Monday, full body pull. Oh, that's supposed to say pull. My bad. Full body pull day every Wednesday, core and accessories on Thursday. Those are things like ankle work, very specific to like my calves, a little bit of plyometrics and core, and like single leg glute work, because those are really, that's it. That's what I like. Those are going to be the bulletproof your body things. The full body push, full body pull, that's like for power and strength. And there we go. I've put my macros here for each day because one of the things for me as a coach, the misconception amongst the public is that there is one magic set of macros for everyone, and there is just not. It changes and it evolves. And I want everybody to see how it changes and evolves through my training. And Yeah. So let's just dive into it. So we're going to go to Coach GPT here. I had developed, so Coach GPT did my plan based on what Dermot McDermott had told me. And we organized the training volume, the recovery and the stress, things like that. So what I am doing every week is so it's planning out my strength training. This was the week before week 1, but it's giving me charts. What I really want to show you is my check-in with it every week. So what I am doing, because if you don't have the time or the financial capacity to have an actual coach, maybe what I'm showing you here might help you. What I'm giving it every week, I'm giving it my daily weight because I am putting it on alert that I might want to drop some weight in this early part of the process. I'm healthy. I love my body. I'm like at a healthy weight, but I have been 15 pounds lighter and been healthy. Because if you think of running 7 marathons with 15 pounds, with a 15-pound vest, maybe it might be better to not run it with that 15-pound vest. So I got a lot of muscle on me, but I do have extra fluff just by the nature of my lifestyle. I'm not mad at it. I'm happy with where I am. But I have put Coach GPT on alert to the fact that if it's a good idea, let's maybe over the next 8 months while I'm still in early phases, shave off 10, 15 pounds. Nothing extreme. I want to be super clear, super clear. Nothing extreme, nothing extreme. And it is not for aesthetics. I'm not going into this hoping it's going to be a weight loss plan. Not at all. If I can run 7 marathons with 15 less pounds on my body, that's actually not bad. So that's why I'm giving it my weekly check-in, but I also want you all to see the data. Regular day of eating, regular day of eating, regular day of eating. On this day, after I weighed in, I had a treat meal. I bumped up 3 pounds. Did I freak out? No, because I've been around the block. That's what happens. I had Chinese food for my mother-in-law's birthday dinner. A lot of salt, a lot of carbs. My stomach was not happy after, I gotta say that. But I bumped up 3 pounds. And I didn't really fully come back down because honestly, I slept like poop most of the week. So this is the stuff I want to see you guys all correlate because I know that a lot of you panic when your weight bumps up. There is a very good reason why that happens. And I want to show you this because it's for me too. It happens to me. So look, like a 3-pound bump up from one meal, one freaking Chinese food meal. And it went up even higher because my stomach, I could feel it. It was bloated and gross. And I didn't go to the bathroom, all that stuff. It was bad news. But I was like, well, it is what it is. Because I've been around the block with this stuff, I didn't panic. Came down a little bit. It didn't really come down much, but like I said, I've been off of my sleeping rhythm this week, and this is what happens. At the beginning, this is what happens when I'm on my normal sleeping rhythm. Like treat meal, which I'm not slamming the treat meals. I eat them every week. Not always Chinese food though. But irregular sleep patterns. Your body's like, no, I'm just going to retain a whole bunch of fluid. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So that's what happens. That's why if you are on a dedicated fat loss phase, get your sleep. Get your sleep. Because had I slept properly, this 148 would have been way back down at the bottom, 146 or 145 point whatever. And it's not. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So this is the stuff I want to show you guys. I want to teach you. Now, what I am doing to tell Coach GPT how I'm doing every week, because I want it to know the runs that it's prescribing me based on what I do. I want it to know my recovery metrics. I want it to know my strength training. So I am using my Garmin 965 for all of my data tracking. I'm wearing it all day. I'm wearing it to bed. It will track my HRV, my heart rate, my stress level. So each day you can see here, Friday, October 31st, it just lists everything. And so then we go on to Saturday. Here's my runs, my strength training. There's Saturday. Oh, I got that double up there. Saturday, here's the rest of my recovery metrics, like HRV, stress steps, sleep coach, sleep score, all that stuff. So it does that every day. I just screenshot it. because I want to be invested in this data, but I also don't want it to take over my life. So I can do this check-in kind of in like 10 minutes. Screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. So then I outline for it my first weekly analysis, daily overviews for my Garmin. So here's the date. And then I tell Coach GPT my screenshots, my body metrics. And I, of course, measure my waist, hips, right thigh, my belly, calipers. I've included the graph. It's great. It's got all that. And then I give it my macros. I am very good at tracking my macros. That's just one of my superpowers. I love it. Again, the data correlation. So here, October 31st, I was supposed to eat 2,000 calories. I ate a Halloween candy. I tracked it. That's what it came out to be. So I just give it all this information every day. I just give it a screenshot. I'm using the My Macros app right now. And so basically I've just screenshot every day my macros. There it is. And then I need to give it the runs that I did. I don't need to give it the runs. That sounds really funny. My running data, because I want it to know my average heart rate for my pace. It's on the treadmill. So I do that for each of my 4 runs for this week. And then additional notes. And I want to tell you guys this again, pulling this totally open, pulling the veil. I got completely absorbed in my work this week. I was a workaholic. When I wasn't working out, I was sitting all day. I didn't go for my walks. I set a goal to do them, didn't do them. And it's bad for my mental health. I really felt like my mind just like spiraled into dread. It was not good. So again, it made my weight loss progress really challenging. Again, just thinking about whether this is a good thing I want to do or not, but I'm testing the waters right now. So yeah, want to know your thoughts. Like I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself with all the things I got to do. Oh, and plus you got to get this many extra steps every day. Like I can't think of it that way. Like maybe I need to get a 20 to 30 minute walk in the sunshine for my mental health. That's a better way for me to reframe it. Then I said I was done. Okay, now here's what it gave me back. It's freaking incredible. Average weight, gave me average weight. My measurements against last week. My trend line is slightly down, but not at my 0.5% target each week. So Coach GPT and I had decided that a healthy rate of weight loss for me was going to be 0.75% of my body weight each week. The healthy range that I usually tell people is 0.5 to 1%. So we kind of picked right in the middle, because we don't want anything too extreme. So my fluctuation pattern and outline that shows fluid shifts. This is what I want you all to see. And I alluded to that. Fluid shifts more than body fat change, because overnight I didn't gain 3 pounds of fat, likely from training loads, sodium, and long sedentary stretches. These are the things that impact our journey. It gives an overview of my training that I did last week, my weekly mileage, all these things, my RPE, performance notes, HR to pace proficiency improved, all those. Macros, it did a chart of the macro information that I gave it, which is freaking incredible. And my variances, like unbelievable. Boom. Average intake, and then still within a healthy deficit range, because it knows my maintenance level. My maintenance level macros or calories are at about 23 to 2,500 calories. So even if I'm averaging at 2,150, that is an appropriate deficit based on my activity level. I cannot slash and burn down to like 1,500 calories. My left thigh needs 1,500 calories. So that's why it knows that 2,150 calories is an appropriate level of a deficit given my training needs. Again, with the experimentation of, can I handle this, lose some weight, still feel good? Is this an appropriate thing to add on? My recovery and my stress, because I uploaded everything. It highlights all of that. You've recovered physically, mental fatigue, and screen time are the outliers. Spot freaking on. And I have felt it in my mental thinking. Again, like doom and gloom. So weight loss analysis. So again, we're testing the waters here. Benchmark goal, things like that. So it outlines that. Your flat week lines up with my 2 high sodium days, lower NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That is the NEAT, NEAT. steps dropped below 40%. So it's correlating my lack of getting my steps to my stalling weight. Excellent training, muscle glycogen and inflammation, masking the scale loss. I want to highlight this for all of you. So when you have a week where you're like, I did everything right and nothing happened, look at the full picture. Sleep, recovery, steps, stress. It's not just about calories in and calories out all the time. No true stall, just temporary masking. I want you to say that to yourself. No true stall, just temporary masking. I will have weeks where it's like, well, you didn't do the things, you need to do this. And it's going to change my macros to, again, test the waters. But right now, and lots of great human coaches will tell you the same thing. I used to tell my clients this all the time. I'm like, well, you had like 3 high sodium meals, so I'm not going to change your macros. So that's what I want to highlight. Don't be blaming yourself for stuff that is masking your weight loss. Okay, that's what I want to say. It's data. It's just data. It's not being like, oh, I'm the blah blah blah. No, like we got to own our stuff, but it's data. It's input. Mindset and movement insight. You are absolutely right. The missing link was an effort. It was non-exercise movement and mental decompression. I don't need to train more. I need to move more often. And then it gave me a blueprint for how I could fit this into my life in a tangible way. Bookend system, 15 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at the end of the day. I actually didn't think about that. I've coached my clients on that before. I didn't think of it for myself. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I do that? Duh. If slammed, a 10-minute decompression loop. Like I have a loop outside my house I could go on. Treat it part as recovery hygiene, not optional cardio. That was such a healthy reframe for me. Recovery hygiene. I love that. Like, because I'm so big on recovery hygiene. I love that. Not additional cardio, not additional, because I'm so bullish on not getting injured during this. So recovery hygiene, I can latch on to that. I must move before I scroll. I dig it. This will restore mental energy, keep your weight trend predictable, improve next day HRV and sleep quality. My next week recommendations: keep the 4-week structure. My long run will be this: maintain my strength sessions. I'm actually going to do 4 because I'll do a push and a pull and then core and accessory work. Add in my daily 20 to 30 minutes walks as discussed. It did not change my macros, which me coaching other people, I would not have changed the macros. And that was actually, I was thinking, like, what's it going to do? It's just going to like look at the pure numbers data because I didn't lose weight and we've been testing the waters. And it's like, no, we're going to keep this. Small additional tweak. It can change the protein to aid recovery if appetite is low. Maintain the same treat meal rhythm. Maintain the treat meal. It helps with adherence. It helps with your life. So even though we saw that big bump up, like a good coach, it knows that people need mental breaks from their macros. Incredible. Amazing. My next target is this. Trend should resume once my NEAT, my non-exercise activity thermogenesis, normalizes. And then it gave me a summary screenshot. Training volume, excellent. So I thought I had a poopy week. No, I'm excellent. Nutrition adherence, even with my treat meal, elite. Just going to say it. Recovery metrics stable, neat movements, needs consistency. Didn't say need to be better, blah, blah, needs consistency. And that is spot freaking on. I just need to be consistent with getting my NEAT up. My weight trend slightly masked, but it doesn't believe I'm stalled. And that's why the daily weigh-ins actually matter, because it saw that dip way down and then boop. I'm crushing my training and nutrition pillars. What showed up last week wasn't a lack of progress. It was my lifestyle showing where my capacity slipped. Yes, it is. That is so true. And so I need to own that. That's not to say, oh, well, I can just let my capacity slip every week. No, that is not the point. The point is I have to manage my capacity and manage my screen time, manage my recovery hygiene, because I can't internalize feeling failed This week, it's data. This is so what I want to convey to all of you. It is data. It is data. It is data. I mismanaged my capacity this last week. I don't need more intensity. I need micro movement and mental release to stay aligned. I could not have said it better myself. Let's make your end of day walk a non-negotiable recovery ritual. Even 15 minutes outdoors counts. You're already doing the hard part. Okay, awesome. So then ask me, would you like me to add this new end of day walk as a tracked habit in your weekly review going forward? Yes, amazing. I told it. I love, 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 love the mix of subjective information and objective data. So committed that all to its memory. And then I said, based on your check-in, write for me my training runs for the following week. It did that. So that's what I have put into my training calendar. And that has also what I have now put into week 2 here. And I've also put my macros into week 2 looking forward. This is week 1. I'm going to keep a running list of all these things here. So super data nerds can super nerd out on this stuff. I'm really, as I continue going, you guys are going to see me flub up just like I did last week. I did not manage my capacity and it showed. And I want you all to understand the data of this so much because this process is so much more data driven than emotions. You got to own your shit. You got to own your stuff. If you are on a journey and you're like, my calories really matter because I'm trying to go on a fat loss phase, you got to own that. And you got to really be quite diligent with it. Again, have a treat meal though, because if you're going to use a human coach, if you're going to use Coach GPT, it needs data. For me, I find it to be so empowering to look at the data because it takes the emotions out of it. Because it's so true what it just gave me that I didn't manage my capacity. I wasn't consistent with my extra activities and I kind of just flatlined. But it's just extra water retention, lacking bad sleeps and things like that, that is masking any kind of weight loss. So it's really wanting to monitor how I'm feeling, all like what those things like that. So as I keep going through this process, we're just going to see what happens on that. But my mileage right now is, so this coming week, my mileage is going to be 27 to 28 miles, 4 runs a week. I'm actually going to do the 4, like push day, pull day, and accessory core movements, end of day walks. There we go. That's in there. Coaching notes, you're entering the sweet spot of base phase. Keep the intensity discipline. This isn't about faster splits. It's about accumulating quality aerobic time. Heart rate staying below 150 beats per minute on the easy runs will be great. And use my end of day walks as a recovery and mindset reset. They'll pay dividends. Spot on. Spot freaking on. So I hope if you're a data nerd or if you're on a journey and wanting to know what the data means, this was a nice introduction and also to know how to correlate things. That's what I'm going to go through every single week on this. So I hope you get what you need. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. This is the stuff I love to hack into. Data, hacking macros, hacking training, hacking out all the information correlates with each other. I'm totally here for it. So ask away. Until next week, my friends.